Hello world. Ignore, if you will, that buzzing. Present time, it's, okay, well, what day is it? It's Wednesday, the 22nd of February, 2023, and the present time, according to my phone, now 1:50 p.m. And it's been a while since I've appeared before you in this space. So long, as a matter of fact, that I had to run and grab an HDMI cable to rig the camera back over to the capture card because I just haven't been using this space, at least not for this purpose. But we're back. At the moment, before I showed up, I was just tinkering with, you can't see it, but there's a webcam that I have mounted on my ring light in this space. And the ring light's sitting at a bit of a funny angle. If I could get it just to sit nice and straight, that would help. Let me mess around with it a little bit. In fact, let's kind of adjust the view here so you can see what I'm working on. You know what? I am going to do this just because I know a little thing or two about rules and framing and composition and what have you. But this is the challenge. For whatever reason, this thing does not want to sit perfectly straight. And I wonder if it's something that I can, like, maybe I can modify this head a little bit. It's just slightly off to the point where it's really quite annoying, because it should just be perfectly nice and level. That's probably what it is. It's probably that there's some, if I bored this out just a little bit, if there's some room to bore out, maybe all would be fine, because it's just a matter of getting this to sit. And right now, I think that the length of this is just slightly too long. This section up top is just too long, and so it contacts that. So I suppose one way to fix that would be to, besides just drilling a hole there, a slight hole, I could try heating this up and then sticking it on there, and that would just kind of melt it into position. But granted, there's the risk that I widen this thing more than I need to. So, Toby, hey, doing okay? Same old. Yourself? Where's my thing? All right. Let's get objective, just so I know what I'm up against here. Modifying some stuff to make it work better. So I'm shy right now by this tiniest margin. It really doesn't need too much in order to fly. I could try drilling it out right now, just a little bit, and that might skin this cat. In fact, why not? Let's just go for it. Remove a little bit of material. We've got tools. Why not? So for this job, me being me, I'm going to try this. Got my little impact driver / drill. It's actually a driver, but I have these bit attachments. These bits that will work for it. They've got the little hex key. Getting a nice little center punch would be nice. That's a tool I do not presently possess, but it would be very helpful, I think. And let me get some light on the scene too, so I can see what I'm doing. Sure, it's focused right now. It's not that one. There's another headlight that I would prefer. It's not that one. There's another headlamp that I would really prefer right now. I'm not seeing it. Alright, well, shoot. Well, shoot. I guess, can we video chat Friday? You can write down things that you... Oh, yeah, Friday? Sure, what time? We can do a little chat. I mean, it's really when you're ready for it. You know, you can... I can make some time, I'm sure. You can make some time, I can make some time. I mean, I'm tempted. I am partway tempted just to use heat. Knowing full damn well that if I used heat, I may wind up... Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go for it. Just gonna say YOLO. And like getting some type of transfer, a mark here would be really helpful, just so I know what dead center is, lest I wind up doing more harm than good to this. Okay, that's okay. I got a little slack. Here we go. I'm just gonna drill a little bit, I think. Let's see if I can't at least kiss it there. Yeah, it'd be very helpful to be able to just make a little mark, just to get me started. I'm going to use a mix of tools. I think I've got this. This is useful. Yeah, this will be my little punch. I've got a nail that happened to be sitting around, and I can just... Is it too short? This might be a little too short. Yeah, this is too short. Too short a nail. Okay, I want a longer nail. Or I can just use the bit. Okay, we're just going to use the bit. And 2 or 2:30. You're also... I mean, you're Eastern time? What time is it for you right now? No, you're Central, right? Or is it Eastern? It doesn't look exactly right, but that is probably it. It's probably roughly here, dead center. I pressed into it a little bit. Let's see if I can feel that place that I just kissed it. Presently 2:58 for you. Okay, so you're an hour ahead of me. You are at Eastern time. suppose there's actually a better bit for this job too. The one where you're not trying to bore a hole into it. It's called, what, like a spade bit, I think? I think that would be the best tool for this job. A spade bit. But it's okay. I've started with this. It's what I have on hand, readily available. And I believe I can do it. Meanwhile, I've got some upsizing to go. You're not verbal, but you can type while we video chat. You're not verbal. What? You don't talk? Oop, I punched through. For better or for worse, I punched through. And of course, I'm gonna wind up with these little shavings, these bits all over here, but that's okay. I can come around later with a vacuum cleaner. Clean up this plastic. Okay, managing to bore out a bit now. Just slowly sizing up. Oh, you haven't been verbal your whole life. Interesting. Huh, I didn't know that. I kind of assumed you were. But that's cool. I mean, I guess that's like, it would make things a little, okay, it would kind of slow things down potentially. But we can try. Or if that's the case, why don't you just, like, you know, I guess one way we could handle things is just, you can just, whatever you have on your mind that you want to discuss, then you could write me and then I can write you back. Like, that would work, because then we don't actually need to schedule a time if we're not gonna be able to have, like, you know, because calls usually you want, the idea is to have synchronous communication, and if it's like, if you have some stuff that's already in your mind, then you can just put it out in writing and then I can respond at my leisure. That might actually work just as well. It might be more effective, because then I can take some more time on my responses. Plus, then it will be captured. You know? What do you say? Okay, let's check this. We're close now. This is pretty close, and it might be enough. I'll do a test fit after this one. Still centered, yeah. Just push it through. And let's see. Yeah, I mean, you know, since you're really comfortable in text, then it's like it could very well be more effective just to stick to writing for both of us. But hey, I'll leave it up to you. I'm just thinking on what you shared with me. It does change things a little bit. You know, because usually with a call, if you're talking, then you can communicate pretty quickly. It's about speed of communication. But with writing, then you have more of an opportunity to focus on the quality of communication. So I'm okay with just writing, if that's okay. And then you can really just send questions as you think of them. And I can write to you when I think about it, when I've had some time to also consider. I think one last size up will handle it, because I've got to accommodate the thread on this as well. It's not just down middle. Once I get this here, that's going to get really close. It might be one last round of this. Let's see. Another test fit. Let's see, another test fit. Yeah, still not sitting quite pretty yet. So last try. Yeah. Well, I find often with yes/no questions, especially in conversation, unless there's something that's already been discussed, it tends to just be used rhetorically. At least that's how I tend to deal with the yes/nos. I might pose them. But I could be wrong there too. If I stopped and really thought about it a bit, I could also find, oh yeah, there are plenty of uses for yes, no that I would have in a regular conversation that aren't just rhetorical. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go one more. And hopefully they'll knock it out. So at this point, I'm up at 3/16 of an inch. And granted, of course, I'm not like dead center necessarily. That's also part of it, but this should capture it, more or less capture it. Let's see, it could just be off by a hair because this is being done pretty haphazardly. Not with too much thought into the matter. You know, I think it's off by just like a hair. That's all that it is at this point. So, one more size up. It's going to be a little sloppy, but that's okay. That's okay. This wasn't a real precision job anyhow. Just trying to get her done. Oh yeah, Alexa. I don't think I have it plugged in yet. Hey Google, turn on the fan.
Okay, turning on fan.
Sweet. All right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Let's see, did I get her? No, it's still wobbling all over the damn place. And it's still not sitting flush. I just want it to sit and then index itself a bit. But this, still not sitting. I must be off by a bit. I've bored out not quite dead center because it's tough to do that when you're a little shy of dead center, that's for sure. And I've made a bunch of plastic bits all over the place. So I'll have some cleanup later. Hello? This one's not even marked? Oh yeah, it is, okay. It was just hiding. Okay, finally, one last upsize. Now we're getting really, really big. I mean, that is pretty healthy. That is a healthy size hole. Okay, let's see if you'll fit now. If you'll sit proper. Still no? Fuck me. Come on, how is this even? Like, either I'm not to depth, or am I not to depth? I should have measured first. I should probably have measured first. That would have alleviated some of this confusion. Shoot. I mean, we've got a healthy sized hole right down the center of this thing. And it's possible it's just doesn't, I don't know, it should be centered. Should be fairly well centered. Okay, I'm gonna kind of ream it out slightly. Like a slight oblong. Oh yeah, I mean, no, the thing is, I'm pretty happy to give of my time. I think I'm pretty giving of my time. I do need to look out for myself a bit too, granted, but you know what, this just isn't, it's just not sitting right. I must have just narrowly missed it. I'm really tempted just to try heating this thing up, get it really, really hot, and then set this thing down on top of it. Because I know I'm not off by too much. At least my gut tells me I'm not off by too much. Let's try it, okay? Well, I mean, damn it. Damn it all. Okay, fine, one last upsize. Now we're getting to this kind of silly sizes. And this is what you get without... I don't even know what the trick is. You gotta have some type of rig of some sort in order to get it perfectly dead center. Okay. At this point, I have a pretty healthy size hole for it to catch. And is it gonna catch? No. So what the hell is going on? If it's not that top clearance, then is it this other profile? Oh, oh. It might be this other one. I mean, it's not that, is it? Where's this? Where's my measuring instrument? Can I even get that in there? No, I can't. Okay, so here. 14.8. Let's see. Wow, it is a big hole. That one is a very large one. Shit. And I'm starting to get further and creeping off center. Further and further. It's okay. How's Paul been? He's excellent. Thank you. He's been excellent. Recovered very well from all that craziness. He has recovered very well. Let's see if I'm managing this at all. If I'm getting it. I think I'm kind of getting a little bit here. I can't see that, which is good. I think it was just off by a bit. What's this? Advertisements. I get. I think Paul is now chilling on the bed, just relaxing, which is a good place for a little dog to be, just chilling. Oh, come on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the apocalyptic burn it to hell approach. I'm a little frustrated. This could cause more damage, but at this point I'm frustrated. Starting to question whether maybe I should have started with this slightly nuttier approach to skinning this. It's not white hot, it's just hot. Let's see if it will. Give me an idea of what's going on here. Maybe the slightest suggestion. Let's get it hotter. Sometimes that is the only. I mean, okay, there's a rivet securing this, otherwise it would be nice to be able to pull it separate from this plastic body, because I recognize this. Oh, and there's an O-ring here. Like, there's a gasket. I recognize that this can only take so much heat before it fails. This is nutty, but okay. Some of the things that I do in the name of Trying to make things a little better. Weird. It is really not showing any signs. Maybe the slightest suggestion that it's contacting on that end. Oh boy. Not a happy camper. Thank you, Toby. I'm glad you're able to stop by. Did you guys do anything to mark that anniversary of his passing? I imagine it's not an easy time. This has still got some heat to it. I can feel that. This is still not cool to the touch by any stretch of the imagination. Whereas this thing, like if I had some transfer, something that would just transfer to make the mark, that would have really helped off the jump. Maybe I can use some grease, something that will just transfer, and that way I know just where things are getting caught up. That would really help, because right now I'm kind of flying blind. I mean, I could even try using graphite. I could try some graphite. Flowers. This is good. Something that we do is to bring the departed's favorite foods. And make some offerings. But flowers are good. Anybody looking at that knows they are not forgotten. Gone but not forgotten. Yeah, I'm at a bit of a loss here because one, if I pull this, I don't think this entire section can pull out. No, it's gotta stop. It has to stop inside of something or other. This is all metal tubing, so that much is safe. I could go ahead and hit it with some more heat because I have a heat tool here anyway. I think I'm gonna go for the heat approach. And meanwhile, I'll have a hand here so I know at what point it's getting hot. Okay, it should be plenty hot. Like, I want to be careful with it because I could fucking burn myself, but let's go. Give me a sign, you bastard. Energy. Give me a sign. Give me something to guide me. I think that's my little sign. I could be wrong. I think that's it. I just want to let it sit here for a bit. Subscribe to my channel. What channel? Twitch? Look at this. This is still no good. I'm getting pretty frustrated, in case you couldn't tell by my use of just freaking fire. I've literally tried burning this thing into position. And this is, it's kind of weird. What exactly is going on here? I don't think I've missed something really obvious. Because that is clearing. I mean, what it could be... No. I don't think that's it either. Okay, let's double check though. Okay, my gut was suggesting to me that what it was this measurement here. Like, there simply wasn't quite enough. It's about 6 millimeters of shaft length. Let me get some tape. 6 millimeters, or I could use something else to measure the depth here. Yeah, I want something to where I can measure that depth. Should be 6 millimeters, give or take. And I think that if I clean the hole a bit, that would help too. Right now it's a bit of a mess. Thanks to all my futile attempts at getting this to fly. I came here wanting to show up and do some yoga, and here I am. Alright, because I don't have a mark. If I could mark it, that'd be perfect, but I have no means of marking that depth. In any event, it's very, very shallow on this end. I know it's very, very shallow. Let me try to transfer this. So 6 millimeters on here. Alright, I can just like mark it on here, on this body, using some tape, for example. Give myself a little flag. Twitch. Thank you. Your contributions welcomed. Encouraged. Welcomed. With undying gratitude for your support. Okay, let's double check this. Tape marker. Should be roughly here. So now I've got a little flag that I can look for. Basics. I've got a mess to clean up here later. But first things first. Yes, correct. That depth isn't going to fly because that here it'll fly, but it must be off the mark a bit. try to clean up this hole a little, poke at it, clean up the hole a little bit, maybe I can see where there's an impression. Looks to be on that back side. So I would think here, if I just reamed, if I try to give it some weight downward onto the bit, that will clean up the hole, extend it a little bit, make it a little bit more oblong. And go a little bit further, just because I see that impression, or what I am taking to be the impression. Don't think it's going to work, but if it does, I will be pleasantly surprised. Nope, still no bueno. Must be off by a cut here. That is frustrating. This is frustrating. As you can tell, I am getting frustrated. I'm calling it. Okay, unplugging this thing for now, so it's only one cable to contend with. Meanwhile, I'm going to try to get this switch going faster. That's good. At least it's getting hot enough to melt this. Whoops. Uh-oh, this is very hot. I want to watch where that flows. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure at this point, all it is, needs a little coaxing, but it will get there. Ow. Thank you, Toby. Thank you. I'll try to do some good stuff here. Right now, I'm just getting totally, just totally stopped up by this one simple thing. It's maddening. Because, I can see where I want it. I know it's right there. It's so close. It must be. I don't think I've missed something here. Something really obvious. I think my clearances are good. course, I could be dead wrong on all counts. But if I were, I'd expect that this would sit very differently. Instead, I mean, could it be? Could it be that fundamentally I am off? That I've been attacking the wrong problem? There is a chance that I am off on my understanding of this whole problem. Let's see if I can do this. Make it a little easier to define. So this side takes the washer, takes this. Ooh, shit. Okay, that's not good. I drilled that out. I definitely went too deep in parts. Probably should have started with this. I have gone too far there. I should have started, what I should have done at the start of this whole thing, this whole shebang, was disassembled and then done this, because this would give me a bird's eye view of what I was dealing with. This is a true definition of the problem, and I think what I'm going to discover here, much to my embarrassment, is that I've been trying to skin the wrong thing this whole time. And what it actually was, the obstruction wasn't, like, there may have been an obstruction deeper within this system that I was trying to attack. I went too far on, but primary obstruction was actually closer to the surface, and I'm going to find that 3/8 to 1/2. Fuck it. I'm gonna take a look to see if I have anything between 3/8 and 1/2 inch. Three times 3/8. This only goes up to 3/8, so it's not going to help. Although it could be enough just to work on it a little bit. This set goes in all these other funny sizes. Damn it all. Damn it all to heck. Good thing I don't need that whole range of adjustability for this. But yeah, not my proudest moment. It's okay. It's okay. guess there's also the possibility of using that other thing. We could just kind of sand around it really quick. Instead of trying to drill with these massive bits. Okay, so 3/8 was 2. There's 13. Whoops, not this piece, but this piece. Yeah, let's try this. It's just catching. Oops, forgot to put that one up. Not ideal. Should be using like, I think the right thing is a spade bit for making this type of hole. I'm just boring. So I don't wind up twisting the whole piece like this. It's okay, let's see. See if I can get her. I've got these bits to contend with too. What the Maya? Yeah, they're in the way. They are obstructing this. Chase from this end. Try to push everything loose here from up top. Shit. Let's see. Still obstructed. Bastard. Uh-oh. I bored out the entire thing. But you know what? It's okay. goes a lot faster than I thought it would. And it's still not sitting. Jesus Christ, this thing is really, really bad. Like, you're right there, but you're not. Is this... Right, and this isn't large enough. Jesus Christ, the way that... This is fucked. This piece is just fucked. Is what it is. It's like not meant for this thing. Is poorly designed then. That's bad. Because this, yeah, this is not the size of this. That entire thing is just not gonna sit there. The way this is, it's just not meant to be. I mean, I can heat this up real hard, and I can just let it sit, and eventually it's going to melt its way through, but it needs quite a bit of heat to do that, and this is being very ugly. This has been very, very ugly. Kill it with fire. I'm getting really frustrated. That's sometimes the thing to do. Unbelievable. Just the whole thing's fucked. That is frustrating beyond belief. I can keep trying to bore. I may keep on trying to bore. But this is bad. This is just bad. That's frustrating. And there's no other attachment thing for this either, huh? No, it's just this. It's just this fucked up piece of shit. You know, this is all jankety, but it's okay, I don't care. I just want this to actually sit right so I can have all my pixels. Does this have any markings on it indicating its size? Yes, it does. Okay, next size up, and eventually I'm gonna be up at, what, it's just shy of a ½ inch. Up to this. Ouch, that is very hot still. Good to know. I burned myself slightly. Excuse me? This is beyond ½ an inch. This is insane. Okay, this is not working very well. That is not good. So it's beyond a ½ inch. And removing an incredible amount of material. Because as it turns out, this whole design is fucked from the get-go. That was never gonna work. No amount of... Not gonna work. much for the initial, like, just trying to be all smooth and punch a nice little hole dead center. This is just fucked. What a fucked problem. Like, it almost would be easier just to extend it a little bit such that that profile meets, or even, like, hack the top off of that thread. This is stupid. This is so ungodly stupid. That's just too much. What the fuck? No wonder I wasn't seeing any signs of that little bit. And here, there's still a ways to go if I'm reading this right. Okay. I'm gonna try one more thing. Unbelievable. Might work. I don't know. I'm just frustrated at this point. I'm frustrated. I'm disappointed. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. This has been sad. This has been a really sad attempt. And then just like more and more frustration as I realize just the depth of this problem. Yeah, that's not good. This is just chipping away the top face of this. It's not made for this job. Really, I want a little itty bitty hole saw / spade bit thing, and that would clean it up. Otherwise, I'm just here melting plastic. Oh, you bastard piece of shit. Like, absolute absurdity. Comical. Comically bad. I don't have a bit large enough for this hole. It needs to go down by like a few millimeters. Well, not even a few, just like the tiniest bit, and then bam, it'll sit. Fuck me. Can't believe this. Alright. Fire again. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's just no way to get this to be nice, huh? I mean, I'm looking at it, and let's say I managed to burn through that a little bit. The next step, it sits on this. At least it's got a larger area of contact that will help it. It won't be just like hanging by a point, essentially. Here, there's no... This is just so fucked. I am frustrated by this. Immensely frustrated. Keep melting. Just poor design. Poorly designed piece. It makes me really curious, like, you know, just really, really curious. Fuck. If I pull this thing away, what that might look like. Alternatively, other means of mounting this that aren't just so stupid. Or get more adjustability out of it. I mean, even something like this, right? If I pulled the top here, if I had a cold something where I could just slide here onto that, I think I may have an appropriate thing for this, but this is ridiculous. This has been absolutely ridiculous. Poorly designed piece of shit. Where is my... Yeah, I have this, but this is the long way around. So it's not gonna fly. Need to cap this. I'll be back. I'm gonna take a little bio break because I am frustrated and upset, and I'll be back. Okay. Where's my stuff? I'm so frustrated by this. Ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Good for nothing. So, let me mull things over a little bit. I guess one question that comes to mind is it necessary? This thing's probably almost dead. No, it's actually got a lot of life left, surprisingly. So one question that comes to mind is just how necessary is it? How necessary is it to mount the camera to the ring light? And I mean, I think it would be nice to have it there. It's a good natural place for it. There's a thing there already for it. But this is just not working. This is not working. So what the hell is there to do? Right, the problem. There's a hole that's supposed to meet up to this profile, and it's not wide enough for this piece. So this has some play at the bottom and never really sits flush, and that means when I try and tighten it down, it's winds up sitting at a funny angle. I mean, maybe it's a little better now, marginally, ever so slightly. Like, there's a little indentation. I've made a little bit of progress just melting this thing onto position where I want it. So let's give it one more round, just because. A lot of heat coming off of this. Go figure. I mean, it's a torch. There's a slight. I can hear it sizzling a little bit, and now we're starting to make a little bit of progress. This piece is actually contacting here. It's starting to all come and gel together. Okay, I think at this point, I'm just like, so crazy. This is so crazy. I can't believe this shit. Bastard motherfucker. I had to kill it with fire. But I guess sometimes that's just how that cookie crumbles. Like, seriously? Just absurd. Absurdities. Obscenities. Okay, it's roughly here. Just obstructing this path. Let me unplug this tool. And it still sits like shit. It's still off on an angle. But it's starting to sit. It's starting to actually, like here, let me monitor this. This is ridiculous. Straight ridiculous. Stream machine. I don't have a monitor here anymore. Let's see what the ring light camera sees. And I want it to be something like, you know, I can use my eyes to more or less get it level. Unbelievable. I've made a mess here. I will want to clean this up. There are little bits of plastic and rubber and just all sorts of shit. All sitting over here. All in the name of trying to get this piece just to sit right. And it's still not really sitting right. You know, it's still got quite a bit of play to it. I may want to go back to the drawing board on this whole thing. I can get it a little further on the melt. But that's about it. There's at least, I think, a bit more contact, but it's still, like, really quite off. You know, all of that may have been essentially for naught, but whatever. I tried. Okay, I gave it a good try. And when I look at this, do I want it higher? I can have it higher. That way it's closer to eye level on this guy. There's only so much slack there. I may need to buy more slack here using a That is a clamp. Maybe I could clamp it and then have it come off of this. I've got another thingy. Shit. I could try to elevate it this position. I could elevate this. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Oh me, oh my. Let's unplug this guy for now and use this USB extension that I have, which will buy me all the slack that I could possibly need and then some, and may ultimately be resized to something a little more reasonable as opposed to this comical length. But for now, we'll fit the bill. At full extension, this goes really, really far. Okay. So let's say it's right around here. Let's give it that much. Okay. Meanwhile, this has been knocked over for, oh, whoops, sorry. I forgot you're listening to me right there. There you go. Oops, sorry. Let's see. Get a view of this. Oh, right, that's not going to fly right now because this has actually changed. It is now right here. And let's see, can it adjust the tilt? The tilt can be adjusted. Oh, welcome back. I guess I can use like eccentric crop of this. That might fit it. Okay, so this I'm going to bring back over to roughly where it was at. I'm not even entirely sure where I have this. It'd be nice to be able to see this a little brighter. But let's go with that. Because I don't know any better. You know. But it covers the room pretty well. It's fairly wide. Jeez. Okay, so let's say this guy over here. Keep this around the back side of things. So it's a little more sane. I'm not sure what I have this one called at the moment, but it is number 1. So the ring light itself has been working. It's just that the mounting solution kind of sucks. The way it's set up kind of sucks. Yeah. More pixels could fix this problem a bit. If it, say, was a 4K piece, that would work. But, you know, right now it's got a... Like right now... Thank you. Let's get rid of this. We'll set things up such that they're a little more intelligent, perhaps. I don't know, we could do something like this. Okay, such that this tracks a little better. How is Houston? It's I. That's Houston. Where in the world are you tuning in from? I'm good, Toby. Yeah, it's so. In the past, I had a wider angle camera there, and it'd be nice to have a wider angle camera that also captures more pixels. Austin, okay. Is Austin remaining weird? Meanwhile, this, it's not actually lined up. Central line is actually a little off. So I could move this camera over a little bit. Weird as always, wonderful. Good. Let's keep it that way. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna tool around with this a bit. And it would also be nice to be able to get stuff up on that big screen. I'm gonna want some HDMI cables. Longer runs of HDMI cable. So my wish list for yetieater grows a little bit. My yetieater wish list grows a little bit. Right, that's this one. Let's switch over to this one. I think I'm just gonna, like, today, this session's been a bit of a bust. It's been a bit of a bust. But it's okay. You know, I tried to get this a little nicer. But some things are beyond helping. Ouch. Kind of tempted to clean out this case a bit before I put it up. Some things are beyond helping. And the mount design may be one of those things for this guy. And if it's beyond helping, then so be it. Yapaholic, yeah. My little pig boy was a pretty good fan. It's been a while. It's been a while. I kind of miss my little pig boy. In fact, I might just drop him a message. Inquire as to how he's been doing, since it's been a while since I've heard from him. And I hope the new year has been treating him well. So this camera, I'm pretty satisfied with it. This one, if anything, you'll see some things are a little off because the lens is really, really wide. And it's wide such that it can capture more of the extent of the room. It's the head-on one, because it sits at a tilt, then I'm having to do some rotation in order to correct for it, and that means I'm losing pixels that are otherwise potentially useful. So solutions to that, I could step up to a 4K webcam. Something with more pixels would be helpful. It would lead to a better image here anyway. The field of view, getting a wider angle thing would be good, period. I did consider moving the streaming machine. It could be moved because now I have a little more space in this room. I can buy more space too. It's helpful to have more space so I can move more freely throughout the space. Just less clutter. Might actually buy a little bit here. If I could more centrally locate it, it would be helpful. Or at least push it up against the wall a bit. All good. We're all learning. It takes some time. Okay. Do I feel up for it? No, not really. I think I'm gonna just go back to the drawing board on this stuff. Well, it's a good tool. I haven't been using mine terribly much recently, but for a while I was using it a bunch. Do you use yours often? I think I'm gonna keep playing here. So let's put these tools up. Get them out of the way. Off to the side. Back to home. Impact driver / drill. Like getting this such that, yeah, I don't want it too close to the mic. The corner would be okay for this thing. Then I'd just have the single long run. I'd have shorter runs over here. Granted, the subwoofer's in this corner right now. The sub could move. Actually, I like the sub where it is. For now, I think I push this against the wall. I'll take a look at pricing on HDMI cables. Make some decisions from there. This long cable, this is a DVI to DVI cable. It does not serve much purpose here anymore. So I can get this out of the way. It was useful when I had the monitor here. Times have changed a little. Space is evolving. Every 2 or 3 days, wonderful invention, agreed. What do you use it on? Like, do you have specific spots? For me, it was back through here. I have sometimes it flares up, a bit of clicking going on here. That's my back. Yeah, so we'll just buy a little bit of room here. Make things a little more sane, get these tools out of the space. Recess. Staging. I want to clean up here. There's some little mess to clean up. Beyond the mess that I just made today. Some existing mess. Why does it click? Use it on your neck, shoulders, and upper back. Okay. Yeah. I'm guessing a desk job. Mine clicks, I'm not sure why. But apparently it's a thing that affects a lot of dancers. I'm not a dancer. Dancers get it. Alright, it's a little better. A little more sane. One way I can get it to come up is if I go like this. If I shift my weight forward while balancing like this, I can get it to pop sometimes. Got a thing in my knee too. I think maybe it was from, like, who knows, maybe lifting heavy for a period of time and not taking very good care of myself. Like, I'd like to get back to the weights, so I intend to lift heavy again. But first, it will be getting back to some consistent flexibility. Toby, the Yeti-Eater shirt I got printed, and I'm happy to print you a shirt if you want one. I've sold a couple, just a couple. My site actually has a store, but it's kind of hidden. So if you started on my Facebook page, you'd see some product listings. I can work on those. It'd be nice to sell some merch now and then. But I can sell you a shirt. Yes, please. I can sell you a shirt. If you are looking for a shirt, I can sell you a shirt. I got stickers too. The way I did one order, the last order, I had the buyer sent me some funds, I think, just through some money transfer service, and then I had the shirt delivered to them directly. We could do that. That works. Okay. So pushing this up against the wall a bit. Let me adjust this. And this is definitely not a yoga stream. Apologies for the misrepresentation. But today has been a bit of a weird day. It's been a strange session. I have a USB-A to USB Type-C cable here that has been hiding. I think I will free this up because this is a useful piece of kit. I know what that came with too. And it might come in handy for this other job. It's the one I haven't tested out yet. Okay, so we've got this guy. These audio leads are not necessary. This power strip. I think that's fine where it is. This stuff. Let's pull this back a little bit. Keyboard out of the way. We've got these card readers. These can go elsewhere now because I don't do too much computing in this space. Can go to a space where I actually see some use. This guy. Pull back just a little bit more. I only have so much room to work with here, but that helps. Getting it away from this corridor that I can use for foot traffic. Meanwhile, PlayStation will go someplace. It might just live here, it might move elsewhere, I don't know yet. It could just live here happily. Another A to C cable. This, we're finished with it. No shelves. Not in this space. So this space is, oops, you might not be able to see me. This space is evolving a bit. I used to have my desk over here, a standing desk, and I had another computer in the space, but it was just too much. I used to spend most of the day here. Lately, I've been spending a lot less time here because there are fewer things in the space. But yeah, it needs a bit of work. Some little shelving thing might be useful, just to get have fewer things laying on the ground. I'm still re-architecting this space, redesigning it a little. So right now, a bit chaotic, but that's how a lot of things are here, just chaotic. I'm trying to do better though. Mature it a bit. Checking some things out here. Doot cannot connect. Okay, that's not great. I will probably want to mess around with my wireless network a bit too. Since some devices have been falling off it. Indeed. That's not lit up. Okay. That's not great. I'll want to rectify that. Yes, indeed. Indeed. It's just doing something that makes sense for it. Since I've got this double window thing, I want to be able to open them up very easily. On the rare occasions where it's nice enough to actually open the windows here. And meanwhile, there's just so much stuff. This might move or get parted out. Might be time to do that actually. Anyway. If I can afford it. Speaking of which, it's important to make some more monies for me. It's important that I make some more monies. What I have now, I must do better. I must do better. I can sit there for now. We will sort some of this stuff out. Some of this stuff can move upstairs, actually. Doesn't see use here anymore. You know, let me adjust this a little bit. One, a long HDMI cable. If I wanted to hook up to this TV, I would need a pretty long HDMI cable. Let me get my tape measure. I think I can get away with just a couple of long runs of cable. So this has to go most of the way along this wall, which is already about 8 feet. And then meanwhile, come up this way, which is another 4.5 feet. And then come up this way, 8, 4.5. I think I might just get a couple of longest reasonable lengths, like 20 feet or whatever the maximum is, where HDMI is still reliable. And that'll give me some room to work with. Be good to have that flexibility. Otherwise, I'm guessing we're sitting at something like 15, 20 feet. That will do the trick. Meanwhile, I would normally look to have the camera like something like this. I can't get a good preview right now. It's too dim. Let's see what things look like. Nice. I guess yours might say gold guns and guys. Let me move this just a hair. Or guinea pigs. Yeah, given what you described, like everything up here, yeah, that would do it. If you don't have a sit-to-stand desk, I'm a pretty big proponent of them. Little cliche at this point, but I first used one back in 2010, and they're so good. They're a really good thing to have. They help out tremendously with ergonomics. So let me do this. Okay, we're gonna make some notes here. Shopping. TV streaming machine, roughly 15, maybe 20 feet. What is the maximum length of HDMI cable run? Oh, Toby, thank you. I mean, they're simple. Just a logo. In fact, I would like to do better with it. But who knows? Maybe we'll get there. We might just get there. Oh man. Let me try this. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. Right now I am bringing my shoulder blades together, meanwhile bearing some weight down on them, kind of pushing them up toward the ceiling, and this feels really nice. I guess my upper back's a little tight now too. Hey Toby, I'm sold. Sounds good. Let's do it. Let's get her done. For 4K, oh my goodness. For 4K, you really don't want to exceed a length of 3 meters. Really? That's crazy. So 15 feet is pretty much as high as you want to go for 4K. But meanwhile, they're fiber optic HDMI cables. Yeah, if you can alternate between the two. As for a timer, that seems like it'd be a pretty niche thing. So I imagine it's simpler just to get one with a couple memory settings, and meanwhile set yourself a timer, a little reminder, just like, hey, time to switch. Like back when I first used a standing desk or a sit-to-stand desk, they had an application on the computer, and it would say, hey, it's time to take a stretch break. Every hour or so, it'd be like, yeah, okay, you can't drive, like you can delay it for now if you want to, but otherwise just take this break. So, okay, I take a break. 5 minutes, whatever. Do some push-ups. Thank you, hey. Yeah, this is interesting. Fiber optic HDMI cables. I wasn't aware that was a thing. They are quite expensive. Fiber optic is quite an expensive cable. Anyway, that's its own thing. I'll probably want to actually spec this out more accurately. Just so I'm not, I know I'm in the clear. But this is roughly, okay, let me actually try the tape measure again. Let's do a better job. Maybe it doesn't make sense to just look at what is the maximum theoretical run of an HDMI cable, because then you start looking at signal repeating and distribution solutions. I'm just looking for a couple of long cables. So this run to the floor, so I don't know, a couple inches on top of that. Just shy of 4 feet. And I think we measured this at about 4.5. This is 5, so we'll say 9. 4 and 9 makes 14 already. And this, what, another like 9, 10? Okay, I want roughly 25-foot long cables. If I'm doing the math right, 14 and almost like 9. Yeah, I want 25-footers. Just kind of sketching some stuff out a bit. It's like if I'm not willing to shuffle things around a little bit, I'm gonna want some really, really long cables. So I'll do a little bit of looking into this, some investigating. Just things that would be nice. It would be nice to be able to switch between, say, 1, 2, like 3 different sources for this guy. That would be nice. Maybe not necessary, but it would be nice. $4K 60, 15-footer. Yeah, I may want to shuffle things around a little bit. Like it really depends. The things to look at, like how much are these longer runs of cable, especially if you have to move from copper over to a fiber optic. What's that do? And yeah, I want to have things be decently appealing to look at. I haven't really figured it out yet. Just what I'm going to do in this space. Or how I'm going to lay it out. For now, let me throw this up so I can see what you see. Or actually, I could, yeah. Oh, my computer's freaking out a bit because it doesn't like that. Let me just pull up Twitch on this machine. That's the easier way to do this. Or even, no, I could pull it up there, but whatever. Keep it simple. Mute that. Press play. Okay, so I can see now. Like, it would be nice to get this thing moved out of the way, because where it's sitting right now, it's just consuming a lot of space and it doesn't really add anything visually to the scene. It's just a box. And here, this too, let me look here. I think I want to nudge it over just a bit. Just a bit so that camera, the shadows are out of the way. Okay. Something like here. Meanwhile, yeah, it doesn't add too much. It's just a box. Meanwhile, I could have, say, the PS5 over there, and I could shuffle my streaming machine a little further. I don't know, I'm gonna need some long runs of cable, no matter how I cut this up. I'm gonna need at least one long run of cable. But I could move that box. Might get too claustrophobic there. Yeah, whatever. Guess I can shoot out some cables, do some cable comparisons. Fundamentals. And of course, getting some proper sound treatment in the room would be very helpful too. That's something that's been on the radar for a long time. Yeah, thank you. It was again, like, just a cheap large screen. The second TV I've purchased in my life. Hardly ever used, but that might change. You'd be surprised. I started a movie last night, La La Land. Don't know if you've seen it. I say this and I think, it'd be good to make a note of that. You have seen it. Cool. Yeah, I started watching that with a lady friend. La La Land. Started on 21st. We get the lady friend. Streaming on Netflix. Alcoholic cheap. Like, all I was looking for was a large display. When I purchased, the purchase price on this is a 75-inch display, and it ran like 800 out the door, I think. It was sub 1K. The last one I bought before that was a 55-inch, a plasma. Paid around $1,000 for it. So paid more for the first one than I did the second one. Granted, this was ages ago, right? The plasma was now like 11 years ago. I think it was back in 2012. Maybe tail end of 2011. I take it you mean new? 2, 3, 4, 5. Hard to value used electronics. Well, actually, it's not that bad. There's a very clear market. I've got quite a few old electronics to be rid of. Presets. We're gonna change this over here. I've got some stuff that I'd like to figure out, like let's go over to here actually. I do have some GPUs. What are you looking for? I have some GPUs to be rid of. Something in the 3000 series. I have some things in the 3000 series. Did they never, like, what was the last message I sent to these fools? This was at 319. Let me respond to this. It's been a long time since I've written to it, and I don't know exactly what email address I last used. Ah, okay, right. I made another one. Just for them. 3090. Well, if you really want 3090, you know, I'm running one. And I suppose I could make that available. If that's what you're looking for, I got one of those. I'll I wonder if it's in my inventory, if I have it listed. I don't think I do. Let's see. I don't even know who makes mine. Let me look it up real quick. The one I have is... I'm gonna come over here. Twinkie. There you go. I just dropped it in Discord. Figure that's a good place to communicate. Right, that needs to be fixed up as well. So this is... I've got to do something about my... This is important. This is when at home. Meanwhile, let's get some things spun up again. Click, click. There it goes. Yeah, I do. I have quite a few. I mean, you have to remember that I did mine on some of them for a while. Some are brand new. The 3070 Ti's haven't been opened. Never put in service. Hey, Polly. How you doing, my boy? It's been a while since you've shown yourself here. Yes. Gosh, yes it has. Oh, yes. Yes. Where's my boy? Oh, my boy. Can you speak? Say woof. Can you speak? Can you say woof? Little buddy. Bright eyes. Yapaholic. Did you learn about him from the profile? My bio? Gosh. Twinkie Hut, I love him too. Little guy needs work. All that stuff that happened recently was not cheap. And it's got me thinking a little bit. Definitely got me thinking a little bit. There you go. Hey, bud. Feeling okay, little buddy? How are you looking today? Brushed him out earlier. Your nails are growing back in. Hey. Just checking them. Don't panic. His scar is... His incision's closed up pretty well. Gave him a bath the other day. Or a shower. Next thing I'm concerned about is this little growth ball. I hope it's not cancerous. That would suck. But to be fair, that's probably what's going to get you. It's probably going to be the thing that kills you. What happened? I guess you didn't see the messages? I pretty much, like, I was very open about what was going on. And, just chatting away in general. I shared some photos, too. But he underwent surgery. He had bladder stones. Poor guy. So, to remove the bladder stones, they open his bladder and they flush out the stones. Poor little guy. Yeah, I was pretty much ready to just call it quits on him. Because I looked at how much it would cost, and I thought, I don't know that I can do that. I might have to let him die. And it felt miserable. I've never felt more miserable in my life, I think. Because, he's been with me for now 12 years. It was not a happy time. So, anyhow, gotta make more monies so I can afford to take good care of him and take good care of myself. I wonder if my other things are okay here. I don't think so. I think this one's dead. I believe it is. There you go. Let's get this back up. Yep. Yeah, well, like for the life of me, I try to make it known that people can support my channel without sending direct monetary contributions to me. And to that end, there's a lot that I'd like to put out there. Some stuff as Paul the Yorkie himself, some stuff as Yetieater, some stuff as my flesh and blood self. I'm getting myself set back up again, little by little. It's trying to find a balance, you know? Trying to find a balance. To be fair, like any thing I sell right now is really just helping to offset the fact that I had to pay for it. There's no profit from that. You know, the graphics cards are a depreciating asset. I sold a few for a slight profit, but it's just like listing stuff on the internet. Maybe houses. I think I could list houses. I think I'd be comfortable doing that because they're at least on the sale. You know, that one-time cost of listing, you capture a pretty significant value. But like for $100, $200, it was just. Maybe if it was like a legitimate business. All we do is resale, but I don't think it's really for me. Okay. So, got some stuff figured out there. Right, getting that working is important. In fact, I could try doing that right now. I could try. Let's check in on this. It's been a long time since I've looked at it. See what's going on. Thank you, alcoholic. You know, it helps when you tune in. And I'll probably show up a little bit more. This past year, I did not show up very much. I guess myriad reasons there. But a big part of that was new relationship. It's all very new. I was spending a lot of time with a lady friend at her place. It's good to be back, spending more time in my own. Gives time to look around, try to make things better. Dove James, hey. Welcome back. Your relationships, yeah, they can be. I mean, relationships can be good. They're not guaranteed to be good. They take work. And some of them simply aren't worth the effort. I guess you get better at picking that out over time. Thank you, Yelpaholic. Thanks for following. As things get a little more sane here, you can expect yoga, and you can expect some weightlifting streams. I will be putting some time in again, just rebuilding, trying to take myself to some new heights in physicality. Because it's important. It is important. Not getting any younger. Oh, James, that's been going on for a minute. We've been seeing each other for like a year and a half at this point. So you could say it's kind of serious. Pretty serious. But yeah, it's good. It's really good. It's nice to know yeah, it's just nice. It's nice being able to spend time with somebody that's nearby and I enjoy spending time with. Oh shit. So let me show a little bit here. I'm curious. Like, I can get down to maybe right around here. This is where I really start feeling shit. And it's all out here. Although there is some on the inside. There's a stretch there too. I'm not sure where that puts me. I guess it puts me there. So, that's one thing on the shopping list. The other thing I was thinking about, I mean, it's partly making things better here. Oh, right. The Wi-Fi's. That's part of it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a bio break. Let me tilt this light too. I want to get things working. Keep my stuff working again. me. Some water would be good too. You're my little boy. Oh, right. All this. My sister did this. How long has it been since she's been here? Free that up, and similarly. If anything, where can I put all Let's go. Hedge fund manager mode. Not sure how many of these I can do now. Can't imagine it's a big number. But let's see. Oh, yeah, it feels really funny. Right off the jump. Gee, used to do dips all the damn time. It's been a while since I've done much of anything. So I guess the short answer is no, but yes. Yes, but no. It's weird. Definitely got my heart pumping. Just doing a few. We'll work our way up again. I wonder. No reward there. Okay. No matter. They are an excellent one. They are excellent. Try and get a false grip. Gee. Thank you. Oh, not hedge fund, but hedge funds. Thank you. Thank you for following my channel. I wonder what the deal is here. This is for business. Interesting. What's this? Prepared food delivery service. Only eligible on the first purchase. Let me take a look at this. I could knock out this requirement in one fell swoop. Swoop. Let me take a look. These are pricey. Pricey meals. All of them are same price, but $13.49 goes down to $10.99 per serving if you buy 18 meals in a week, which is a lot of meals. Yeah. Might be interesting to try it out though. And it would knock out a requirement. I'm trying to get my miles back on American Airlines. I let them lapse. It was not the brightest. Not the best thing I've done for that, but it's okay, we can recover, right, Paul? Yes, we can. My good boy. Let's play around a little bit with this stuff. Tinker with technology. Gee, that kind of rhymes. In fact, I can tinker with it and mess around a little bit live with it. This is really just kind of learning what I have here. What is this? No video. Oh, that's interesting. Hedge funds manager Mo. I don't know. Is this a decision that you're making? Is it one you are presently looking at? I seem like an investor. Let's put it this way: if I had some excess capital, yeah, I'd probably invest. But I've got some earning to do. Right now, my financial position is not as strong as I would like by a long shot. And so I have not been paying too much attention to the investing world. Am I owning a hotel? No. Nope. Alright, I'm just looking to sell some more of my own time at this point. That's where I'm at. I'd like to sell some more of my time. It's kind of odd. I would expect that there'd be an HDMI signal here, but it's claiming there's no signal. There we go. That was kind of weird. Oh, and it's showing that this thing's not connected to the internet. Favorite book? Hard to choose. I don't read very much these days. But I can tell you, I read Catch-22 a few times in my life, and I liked that. This is very, very strange. What is going on here? That this is not cooperating right now. So we've got this really, really long Ethernet cable plugged in here, snakes along, way back here, over here, and it terminates there. It's plugged in there, but it's not. Is it just in need of being jostled? I think that's it. This is a poorly terminated thing, that's all. I think that's it. So I think from here... Yep, no, it's good. Now I can see. That was weird. Some of my terminations were not the best. Okay, so the thing I'd like to look at... I don't even have OBS on this machine. And I have no idea what I was last looking at, so I'm going to hide that quickly. We're going to wait, and we're going to look for... Actually, I wonder if this... It does have parsec on here. Okay, good. Yeah, let me not use this for now. Let me switch gears. This away. Okay. Log in again, because it's been that long. Cool, Toby, thank you. Good to know. As you can see, I'm still just kind of dicking around over here. Trying to mess with my computers a bit. Okay, that's weird that this changed the resolution on me. Let's go back to use client, use keep host resolution. Try to lower the resolution of the display on the host computer. Well, okay, so because it's beyond their supported resolution, they only allow up to 4K as opposed to UHD. Okay, there's UHD. Okay, 4K DCI is not acceptable. Good to know. Fun facts. Anyway, back over here. OBS. Let's get this thing downloaded for Windows. And installed. Am I running Windows on a Mac? No. No. I mean, what you see on the TV is coming through my NUC. So, nope. I'm driving a Windows computer through my Mac. I mean, it's a thing you do when you have multiple machines to work with, right? You start looking for ways to play with them in tandem as opposed to having to move over to each one. Oh, weird. This isn't wanting to launch. Maybe I mean, it says it's an application. There we go. That was weird. Oops. Did I restore this? No. Whatever. Okay. Oh, gee. Oh, okay. I see that is no longer bundled. Oh, that's the lady friend. I'm going to pull the plug, but as always, thank you for tuning in, for your support expressed in its many different forms. And until next time, be good out there. Take care of yourself, and if you can, someone else. Bye for now.